Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to build your first AI agents using Zapier. It's a super cool platform and also that it's highly used everywhere across the world. Now the first thing that you need to understand is that you will land up on this beautiful platform of Zapier where you have multiple things going on. You have zaps, tables and everything else. We don't care about any of this. We just want to create an agent. So you will come on the left hand side, click on create and go to AI agents. Now, once you land up here, it will come up with a pop-up like this, which gives you the option to describe your workflow to AI and it will automatically build an agent for you. Think of this as having a chat GPT integrated within Zapier to actually help you build, which is pretty cool. So we need to define what we are going to build. For this example, I'm taking something super simple that we all deal with. All of us sign up for a lot of hotels, airlines, restaurants. We give our emails everywhere. A lot of times they send out pretty good offers which we miss because we just treat them as spam. So what I'm going to create is an agent that can read my emails and find the offers and write it in a Google Sheet. And if some big offer comes in, like let's say 25-30% or higher, I use it to email myself so I can check that offer out. Okay, so we are back here and we're just now going to describe the same agent that I just told you in plain English. So I'm just going to write this, an AI agent that can read my emails and look for the best offers about hotels and restaurants and then write them in a Google Sheet. Okay, now I can give probably one more input. My account is in Gmail and I don't have a Google Sheet created right now. Okay, and then I'm just going to click on start building. Now this process will start actually building an agent. Right on the left hand side you see you still have the Copilot, but it also might come back with some questions. It might not be sure about some things. It might want to ask you some clarifications and we will obviously help it with that. But this is a good way to get started. Though also one thing I can tell you that if you are trying to build complex agents using this is not the best option. I will show you how can you do this step by step without using the Copilot also. Okay, so as you can see, it has set up a trigger, right? It has set up Gmail as a trigger here. And then it has also given some instructions to follow and has given some default tools like visiting a site and web research. So let's see how does this actually turn out. Okay, so now the first step it is telling us is to connect Gmail. So I'm going to come here. I've simply opened my email account so you guys can see this. I've just opened my email account. So I'll just log in into the email that I actually wanted to refer and to read from. So I'm going to click that. Perfect, give it access to the same. Awesome. So now it should have access to my email. It's connected and you can save that. So it's now connected to this particular email ID that I have. Okay, so this is good. It can see which inbox and everything. We don't need to configure any of this. Now, if you see here, there is still an error. Where is the Google Sheets one? We don't have Google Sheets connected. So I'm going to connect it. It's the same. I just signed in using Google and then let the agent select the value for this field. Okay, so now this is something I will explain you in a second. But let's see if we still have any errors. No errors as such. And then let's go through the instructions that it has created. So when a new email arrives, identify if it contains hotel or restaurant offers. If the email contains relevant offers, extract the following information and then create or update a Google Sheet with these offers with the columns and the extracted information, which is pretty simple. It's going to read the email, it's going to do exactly what we told it to do and just capture everything. So the instructions are good, everything is good, but the point is I don't want it to find a spreadsheet. I wanted to use a specific spreadsheet, right? So in Google Sheets, we'll come here, we'll click on blank spreadsheet and we'll just create a hotel, or I'm just going to name it hotel and offers. Okay, now I am not going to do anything else, all the other options. What I'm going to do is change this from drive to set a specific value. It should be my Google Drive, and then from spreadsheet I'm going to select it to set a specific value, and now it should just select hotel and offers. You see, I see all the options here and I'm going to select hotel and offers. Okay, everything else is fine. I won't worry about the others. You can change them if required, but let's actually test this agent. So we are going to come here and click on preview and let's see what happens. So testing, it should be now reading in my inbox and going through emails and come back with some hotel and offers. I'm pretty sure in my email inbox there will be a couple of hotels and who would have sent inputs or mails or something like that. Let's see. I'm not sure. Hopefully there are. Okay, so if I come here, you see that it's not working properly. It has been around roughly 2 minutes and it's not able to find the right emails, and it's also waiting for new emails to come in, which is not great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this and zoom out a bit, and we need to edit the trigger. So it's using the trigger as a new email, right? Which is okay if it was looking for new emails every time something comes in, which is not a good option. But I would want this to be, first of all, edit the trigger, and I will just replace the trigger to on demand. So on demand means whenever I say run, it runs. So I can do that. But another option that I need to do is now I need to change the Gmail trigger. So whenever a new email comes in, it was triggering that. But now what I want to do is I want it to always use my email and search through that and then update the Google Sheet. So I'll come here, click on add tools, search Gmail. And the way to think about this is that agent is just, think about if you give this task to an intern or someone that you hired, how will you do that? You will give them the access to the right tools, right? And then they should be having instructions on how to use these tools. So here we are going to search for email, and then I'm just going to look at find an email, or I just wanted to read, right? Again, so delete, create draft, send email. You see multiple options, but I think the best one is just going to be find an email, because that's the most available option, which it can find emails. And now I'm going to say, instead of this, when a new email arrives, I'm just going to say look in the inbox using the Gmail tool about hotel and other offers, right? And that's pretty much it, right? I'm going to preview this. Let's see if it still works, right? And what comes out. The problem here, right? Again, it was not able to utilize the new email trigger, because if you are always waiting for a new email, I actually want that to happen, but only after our agent is built and it's running. But what happens to the current ones, right? So let's see, it has found emails now, right? And it's now going to update this Google Sheet, hopefully. Let's see how it updates. This is the Google Sheet. It's completely blank right now, guys. So let's see how this looks like. And we'll come back to here to see what's happening. Okay. It's setting up the headers, and that's something that we did not do. So I'm happy to see that it's trying to do that. Update spreadsheet row. Let's see what's happening. It's still trying to access this and update the data, but I don't think it's able to. Still getting an error. So the error is okay. So the point is, there is no headers here, right? And you see, this is the problem with the whole AI Copilot option. It just does not work extremely well every time, and that's why I don't like using it. But I wanted to show you that that option exists and why you should not use it. Okay, so I'm going to stop the agent now, and I'm going to fix this. So the way to fix this is very simply, requires column headers to be present. So I'm going to add this. So I'm going to add a type of offer. I'm just going to copy this headers and paste them here. Offer details. So I'm going to add this here, and validates. Then location, global. So we are going to do that, and then the email subject. So if I do all of this, right, now let's say retry to add the details in sheet. Let's see what happens. One of the good things here is you can talk to the agent, right? Again, you can tell it to retry and stuff. So let's see if it's now able to update, given that we have added headers here. Let's see. Awesome. Okay. I will approve this. So it allows you to give it permission that you can update it. And also, it's only when you are testing your agent. So, okay. You see the headers are added here, and let's see how it keeps updating. I can zoom in a bit so you guys can see it more properly. Hopefully we get this. Okay, so you see, it's because we are testing the agent, it keeps asking me to approve. When it's running normally, it won't. So we should see, at least finally we got some information here. Offer details, convert all your reward miles, all reward points into Skyward miles, and from hundreds of hotels and everything else. So that is a good option, and it will keep asking me to approve every time I'm testing the agent, and that's fine. It will keep adding one by one every sheet. So this, guys, is your first agent. But as you see, we faced a ton of difficulties, so that's where we need to find a solution to this problem. So I'm going to stop the agent test and show you how can you build the exact same agent, but much more faster and without breaking your head over it. So we're going to click on new agent and click on start from scratch. In this process, it's actually much more easier because the AI feature that Zapier has right now is just not that great. It's just not that great. That's the simplest answer to this whole question. I'm just going to move myself to the left because I want you guys to see this properly. So here, add trigger. This is going to be when we want to run this agent. It's going to be on demand. And then we can add tools. So I'm going to select Gmail, select find email, and then we are going to add another tool, which is going to be Google Sheets. And I'm going to give it option to update. spreadsheet or update one or more rows, because the point is I am okay with it updating multiple rows at a time. The only thing that you need to do this here is that the headers should exist here. And given that we already have them, so that's pretty good. Now, we are just going to give it super simple instructions. The prompt that Zapier wrote was great, but not super perfect because it's just too detailed for just testing or a simple agent. This is a pretty simple agent. So the best thing you can do is you can just bring this here, right? Press the /, use the find email tool to look for hotel and flight and restaurant offers, collect all of them and update them in a Google Sheet using, we're going to select Gmail spreadsheets /, you press the /, select this tool and ensure to find the best offers and write them properly in the sheet with the following headers. So these are going to be the headers, and I'm going to paste them. So these are the headers that we have, and that's it. Valid dates, location, email, and subject. I can also put a comma, but I'm feeling lazy, so I'm not going to. Let's see what happens. So that's pretty much it. We are going to click on preview, and I think it will just work. If you see here, we have nothing here. All the data is deleted. I'm just going to come here and click on test agent. Let's see what happens. As you can look into this, it's really finding based on different source strings across the email to get different kind of emails. And now it has got all the details, and now it will try to update the spreadsheet, right, in one shot to get all the information here. I believe I will have to approve it once to get it run. So let's see when that happens. It probably took around a minute for this to run, and I think that's fine. It found a ton of emails, hopefully. And now I hope I can just need to press once the approve button and it can update everything in one shot. And the reason behind that is because here I selected update spreadsheet row with an S. So it can update multiple rows in one shot. So as you can see, it's going to generate an action preview, and we should be just able to approve it and get all the details in one shot. As you can see, I approve this now, and then it's updating all the data in one shot. So let's see, it's still working, and voila, we get the massive sheet here in one details with all the offer details, location. I can also probably ask it to add the brand name so we know which brand is sending us the details, but you can see they can very simply, it brought in a ton of data just from emails, which you can really use. But bigger than that, you actually build your agents, and the best part is it also gives you more details about the offer. You can ask it questions about the same, should do this, and XYZ, and it can answer your questions. For example, it gave me the best hotel offers and everything else, and you can ask it to do more from there. But with that, you have got the option how to build AI agents, and you understand there is a limitation to using AI to build AI agents. Right now it's Zapier, but the better option is just to build them yourself, and it's pretty easy to build them yourself. So if you really enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button. It helps me out a lot, and you get to watch all the amazing content I'm bringing about Zapier and other AI tools that you can learn from. And if you want to make my day, just hit that like button. It helps me out a lot, and I would love to see you in the next one. See you guys. Bye-bye.